All right, the time now is 12:02. Take a look here at your radar image. Things are shaping up to be a lot drier for this early afternoon, but we have more showers and storms on the way that you don't see here on radar because they're going to start to pop up towards the afternoon into your early evening. This is mainly going to be south and east of Cincinnati, where we've got the potential of something strong, maybe even severe, and that's where we're seeing showers and storms rolling through the tri-state right about now, down towards Maysville, southern and eastern Brown County, and we get into Adams County as well. That's where we have some moderate showers, maybe a few strikes of lightning, but nothing strong, nothing severe with this, and it is exiting the tri-state, and it will be exiting the tri-state within the next 30 to 45 minutes. That's the good news with this first round, but we aren't done with the rain today. We've got additional showers and storms that are going to be popping up, so we're going to time those out and also give you the update on what to expect this weekend in regards to dry time, because we do have that, also some rain and also some snow. Cold temperatures do return to the tri-state area. I know, got to talk about it. Tis the season, right? All right, talking a little bit more about the showers and storms yet to come, because while this first line was pretty potent when we did see it, it didn't prompt any sort of concern really, because the winds haven't really picked up yet. Winds are starting to pick up now as the cold front gets a little bit closer. Up until we see that cold front pass, we do have this pretty open window of opportunity for showers and storms to bubble up on radar. They're going to be very scattered, pretty hit or miss, and again, you don't see them here on radar, but they're going to start to pop up within the next 2 to 3 hours, again, ahead of that cold front. So we're going to be watching for something stronger, mainly southeast of Cincinnati, where we've got this very small risk for severe weather. It's a marginal risk, so a scale of 1 to 5, it's a 1. So it is the lowest on the scale, but it is on the scale. So definitely want to have that First Alert Weather app if you're tuning in from Mason, Southern Adams, Southern Brown, Bracken, as well as all of Robertson counties under that marginal risk, and to give you an idea of what we're watching out for. I mean, we already saw, and we will see some lightning with any of these storms, heavy downpours too, but in regards to severe weather, an isolated risk for some strong, maybe severe wind gusts. We may be seeing a couple of warnings prompted because of this. I will say, I'm going to show you where the greatest risk for severe weather is, and it's going to be far outside the tri-state into Kentucky. So we're on the very northern edge of the severe risk. In fact, the bullseye, you could argue, is states away. That includes most of Tennessee and very south central Kentucky. So again, we're just kind of getting clipped by this risk, if you will, and you'll see it here on your weather timeline. We'll go ahead and time it out right now, give you guys the latest on that. That's where the storms are going to be most likely in general. It's just that some of these storms are going to pop off and be a little bit on the stronger side. I want you to pay attention to us here in Cincinnati, because even though we are watching out for the exiting of that main line of storms, that's what you see out towards Meadsville, Georgetown, Chillicothe. That's the main line that we've seen all morning. It's going to be moving east. But behind it, showers and storms are going to be bubbling up on radar. That'll happen throughout the early afternoon, and they won't start to really get too organized until about 3, 4, 5, or 6 o'clock, depending on where you are. Here in Cincinnati, it'll be on the earlier side of that time range, around 3 to 4. But then by about 4, 5, 6, those southeast of Cincinnati, south and east of Cincinnati, you guys will want to stay a little extra weather aware, because some of these thunderstorms could pack that punch of maybe some strong severe wind gusts and of course some downpours. But notice as we work yourselves into the middle of the afternoon, or I guess the early evening at this point, most of us are looking nice and dry. I mean, your Friday evening is starting to dry up decently, especially compared to this morning and the showers and storms that have yet to pop up on radar. The evening just by default looks better. It's just that those storms that are going to be left over southeast of Cincinnati, while there's going to be very few of them, they could be on the strong side. That window of opportunity, though, will come to a quick close around 8 o'clock, and then most certainly clearing the area by 10 o'clock altogether. So that's why Friday is a First Alert Weather Day. Today is a First Alert Weather Day because of that opportunity for some showers and storms that could turn severe southeast of Cincinnati. Now, we're not done with the First Alert Weather Days. I do want to show you guys what we're tracking into your weekend forecast. And we're actually going to start by talking about Saturday, because even though we're talking about big changes in the weekend forecast, those changes don't arrive until Sunday, which means Saturday, that's your big day. 63 is your forecast high that morning. Watching out for a little bit of area fog. It depends on that cold front and how quickly it kicks through the area, because we could see cold enough temperatures in the morning that could cause some fog and therefore some visibility issues for Saturday morning. But Saturday, I mean, we're going to see a good amount of clouds, not seeing any rain throughout the daytime. Temperatures as a result in the middle to low 60s. It's going to be a great afternoon to be outside until really late in the evening. If you have tickets to the FC Cincinnati match, I'm not worried about the FC Cincinnati match. That's looking mostly dry because the slim chance late that you see there on that graphic, that's mainly overnight into Sunday. And then that rain, the cold front associated with it, is going to cause temperatures to drop on Sunday steadily throughout the day, which means the morning is going to feel very similar to the afternoon, which jacket worthy regardless, but also it's going to be quite breezy towards the afternoon. And with those temperatures dropping, the winds kicking up, we're tracking wind chills on Sunday in the 30s, which, I mean, look at Monday morning. We're waking up in the 20s, so wind chills could drop into the teens. We're talking what's likely going to be the coldest air of the season so far. That's going to be Monday morning, and any leftover precipitation by that point will have made the transition to snow. Again, everyone here in the tri-state has the chance to see snowflakes this weekend. It's going to be late Sunday into early Monday. And because temperatures Monday only climb into the middle 30s with clouds and a little bit of snow in the area, I would expect maybe some grassy accumulations on the rooftops, maybe on your car if it's just sitting in the parking lot or something like that. As far as the roads go, they're going to be wet because the snow is going to be melting on contact. The snow is really going to struggle to accumulate on the roads though, because one, cars driving over the roads keeps it nice and warm, but the roads itself, because it's still early in the season, or the roads themselves, I should say. Anyways, they're just pretty warm, and so it takes a while for those to cool down and sustain some snow. So I'm not too worried about the roads, but they will be wet and you will see some snow flying around the Monday morning commute. So let's talk about the timing on that really quickly. So we already talked about Friday. Let's talk about your weekend forecast, in which Saturday, yes, a little bit of fog possible with those clear skies, which will cloud back over throughout the morning. Filtered sunshine for the afternoon. Any of the area football games going on, or regional football games, I should say, now that we're talking about college for Saturday, looking good. FC Cincinnati match, also looking good. Cloudy and a little bit cooler because we're seeing temps dropping from the 60s into the 50s by about 6 o'clock, which is when kickoff is. At CQL Stadium, just bring a jacket or two. But the rain not set to arrive here in Cincinnati until closer to midnight, if not after midnight. So I'm not worried about the FC Cincinnati match. In fact, because if this rain were to speed up by hours, which is not looking likely that it's going to do that, but if it were to, it's still just rain. I'm not tracking storms with this front in particular. But the rain will carry through overnight into your Sunday. Some leftover showers Sunday morning, especially north and east of Cincinnati. And then we're going to watch out for some light rain to continue at times throughout the day Sunday. We're going to hold on to the clouds. The winds are going to kick up as that cold front passes on through. It's going to be cold. It will feel colder because of the winds. Also, the rain has a cooling effect as well. But we get into your evening on Sunday, temperatures just naturally fall, right? And so we go from afternoon highs on Sunday in the 40s to morning lows Monday morning in the 20s. Yeah, a taste of winter. It's finally here. But we could see some snowflakes flying as soon as 9 o'clock for those north and west of Cincinnati. Here in Cincinnati, those snowflakes will start overnight into Monday, continue at times for that Monday morning commute, depending on where you are, of course. And then we will start to see the rain towards the heat of the day. Heat of the day. I'm holding an SD card reader, an SD card, I apologize. But it's not going to be warm. It's still going to be snowy, wet snow. It's just going to be warmer than the morning. So afternoon highs Monday in the middle to upper 30s. So snow will try to make that transition into a wintry mix into a rain, but then we are can't rule out some additional flurries as we step into your Veterans Day. So that forecast does look chilly. It does look a little bit on the dreary side too, but at least we won't see any active snow or big snow stepping into that early week forecast. Okay, see if you have any questions coming on in. We do have some questions. Leonard's tuning in. How are you doing? I'm doing really well. Thanks for tuning on in. Robert's tuning in. If the ground is wet Sunday and Monday, any chance of flash freezing on the pavement? So it depends on the pavement, to be honest. It's a very real concern, Robert, and we're going to see some ice out there, especially on sidewalks that are able to see the rain and the snow melt and then will freeze. It's just that roads, it takes a little bit more time for those roads to cool down. The roads do need more days of consistent cold temperatures in order for the roads to be at or below that freezing point. Once they get to that point, then we would be concerned about flash freezing. And so for those of you who are unfamiliar with flash freezing, that's when something, rain, snow, will land on the ground is wet, and then in a flash, it could freeze. It depends on how cold the temperatures are, both in the air and on the surface. And Robert, I'm just not seeing the surface temperatures being cold enough for a flash freeze. A very real concern for this time of year and a great question. Not seeing any widespread impact in it by all means, but maybe on the metal surfaces. But pavement and asphalt, I'm just not too concerned about it at this point in time. JD's tuning in. What is the weather for Canton tomorrow morning? How are you doing today? Have a good day and a good night. You too, JD. Thanks for tuning in. I'm doing well. And the weather for Canton tomorrow morning, I mean, they're going to be waking up to what's left over of the rain up that direction and maybe a little bit of breezy conditions too, but temperatures and conditions throughout Saturday going to be better up that direction. Kind of similar to us. Thanks for tuning on in. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look here at your 7-day forecast since we're kind of coming to the end here. It's almost 12:15. And it's a first alert weather day. I know showers and storms, while they have come to a close now, we are and can't rule out some showers and storms popping up on satellite and radar later on this afternoon and evening. Some of those could be on the stronger side. We'll let you know if and when those storms do pop up. Highs today in the low 60s. Saturday, slim chance of rain very late in the evening. This is borderline overnight into Sunday. It's just possible that we see some showers in the very late evening. Most of your day entirely dry, making for temperatures in the mid to low 60s. That is your pick day. And if you have tickets to the FC Cincinnati match, have fun. Enjoy it. You're not going to need the poncho or the umbrella, maybe just a jacket with temperatures dropping into the upper 50s by game time, and then eventually the low 50s throughout your evening. And then the rain rolls in. It keeps temperatures pretty steady overnight into Sunday and throughout Sunday itself. Morning temps are going to be very similar to the afternoon temps. You can see the 50 and the 50 there. But temperatures do fall, especially once we get into the late afternoon and into the evening, making for evening temperatures in the 30s and making for wind chills in the 20s. So Sunday evening, that's when that taste of winter, no taste of summer in this forecast. That taste of winter arrives Sunday evening. We're going to hang on to it for all of Monday. That day is also a first alert weather day with a cold morning. Hats, gloves, scarves. If you're outside for a long time, this can be a shock to the system to a lot of people. I know it's the upper 20s. We see something pretty consistent like that in January. So a pretty January-like day ahead, but regardless, it's time to bust out those hats, those gloves, maybe the boots too, because snow is going to be likely moving into that early week forecast. And like I mentioned to Robert, and I'll mention it again and again, the snow is not the biggest impact in that first alert weather day. It's going to be the cold because temps are going to be in the 20s, wind chills, the low 20s, maybe the upper teens. Can't rule that out for Monday morning. And we just don't see a lot of improvement towards the afternoon. I know the temperature is going to be back in the middle to upper 30s, but I mean, winds are still going to be gusting up to and around 30, 35 miles per hour. So you can imagine that wind chill is also going to be quite impactful towards the afternoon. Plus, it's going to be cloudy. We don't have the sun to really help us out either. So Monday, going to be cold, snow, maybe some light accumulations in spots, especially north of Cincinnati up towards Butler, Warren, Clinton counties, Fayette, Union counties as well. And then the chance for accumulations kind of goes down the farther south you are of Cincinnati. Just naturally, because the snow's coming in from the north. All right, first alert weather days out the wazoo for the first half of the 7-day, but then things start to change. Unfortunately, they don't really change drastically until Wednesday, which means Tuesday, your Veterans Day. If you have any outdoor ceremonies, well, I'm not tracking much in the way of snow that day, though it's possible. It's still going to be cold. I mean, the coldest morning is Veterans Day morning, middle 20s. A little less breezy, that's the good news, but it's still cold. And then the afternoon, highs just touch 40. So jackets, winter coats. I should start seeing winter coats for the mornings. And then towards the afternoons, especially for Monday, and you could argue for Tuesday too. But then Wednesday, it gets breezy and from the southwest, so we are tracking the return of mid-50s, less than a week from now, and near 60-degree high temperatures by this time next week. And so, yeah, it's a very short taste of winter that arrives on Sunday. It continues through Tuesday, but then the rest of your 10-day forecast, things are starting to look a little bit more normal for early November. All right, no other questions coming on in this afternoon. So what we're going to do heading into your afternoon, we'll let you know when these showers and storms start to pop up. Again, they're going to start to pop up within the next hour or so, and then they could be on the stronger side anywhere from about 3 to 7 o'clock in the evening for those southeast of Cincinnati. All right, thank you guys so much for tuning in this afternoon. I appreciate it. I hope you all have a great rest of your Friday and a great weekend ahead. I'm meteorologist Erin Ashley. I'll see you guys later on today at 3.